Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Raw Rebound. I'm, of course, Cody Brandon here, bringing you the recap of this Monday's edition of Monday Night Raw live from New Orleans, Louisiana, the site of this past WrestleMania. Without further ado, get into this episode of Raw. We open up Raw with, once again, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman, the three trio, making their way down to the ring. They talk about how they beat up the Shield last week, and they're surrounded in the ring by the people that helped them out, people like AOP, Jinder Mahal, Samir Singh, or Sunil Singh, whichever one it is, Drew Gulak, and a multitude of other people as well. After they get done talking for a little bit, Braun brought up a point about the only reason Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion is because he's a coward and hides behind his hounds of justice. Well, he's got his dogs of war. What's with WWE's obsession with dogs and hounds? I mean, I'm a dog guy. You know, I have 4 dogs of my own, but that's a little ridiculous with the obsession of dogs with their stable names. Ziggler and McIntyre talk about how they're going to destroy the B team in the tag team title rematch, as we get later on tonight. And then the Shield come out. They take the fight to the Ascension first, but hey, they got axe handles in their hand, and they take it to the other people that helped Braun, McIntyre, and Ziggler. But Braun, McIntyre, and Ziggler go to the stage. They're away from the Shield as the Shield stand tall in the middle of the ring. Opening segment, Shield gets their payback as usual that they would. Then we get into a match between Nikki Bella and Ruby Riott. Earlier on today, the Riott Squad kind of messed up the Bella Twins locker room, and thus leading to Nikki Bella versus Ruby Riott. Nikki Bella versus Ruby Riott was the opening matchup on Monday Night Raw. Overall, the matchup was okay. It was okay. The camera angling for the end of the match was awful. It was hard to watch. Because Nikki had Ruby on her shoulders for a good 20 seconds, and Ruby could have reversed it, but she didn't. It was not like Nikki Bella hit her with a form to knock her out and then picked her up, and then all that happened. That would have at least been more understandable, but no, Nikki Bella picks up the victory after the Back Attack 2.0, and there's that. We get a video package from the Connor's Cure thing, and the Big Show appears on stage to introduce them. That was very nice to see. Very, very cool to see stuff from Connor's Cure still going on. Lovely to see. We then move on to AOP versus 2 Hammond Eggers, and AOP won. They're not their Authors of Pain anymore. They are just AOP. Then we look at a video from the Randy Orton Jeff Hardy feud, which is a bit weird. Then we get a segment from Triple H. Triple H cut a good promo talking about how The Undertaker got bitter over a man's opinion, which was a bit weird for Undertaker to get mad at a man's opinion. Throwing every bone in Shawn Michaels that he possibly could. He says that, at the level that they're at, the opinions and all that shouldn't matter and they shouldn't get to you. But apparently they do. And he says it's almost laughable that The Undertaker was bothered by Shawn Michaels' opinion. He says that at Superstar Down, he's going to put The Undertaker down. And the promo. Very good promo from Triple H. The build to the Superstar Showdown. Call it random if you want between Taker and Triple H. But you know what? It is good. And we're going to get The Undertaker next week on Raw. So it's always good nostalgia feel. It's always nice to hear every once in a while. The next is the Tag Team Championship rematch between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus the B Team. It looked like the B Team almost had the victory, but Ziggler and McIntyre retained the Raw Tag Team Championships in a match that was all right. Not that amazing, but not bad. Then Ambrose and Rollins, not the Shield according to them, but Ambrose and Rollins come up and beat up Ziggler and McIntyre. Get back from commercial break, and Baron Corbin says, "Hey, you violated it. You violated it." But Rollins is like, "The Shield ain't here. This is just Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose here." And Corbin's like, "Oh, we're gonna have you arrested again." And Rollins is like, "Yeah, that'd be a fake arrest charge." But Corbin says, no, let's work this out. They work it out, and, the cop was, I guess, kind of working alongside with Ambrose and Rollins. And they're not going to press charges. Not now, anyways. Not now. Next, we get a thing with Kevin Owens and Tyler Breeze, but, hey, there was no match because Kevin Owens beat up Tyler Breeze and powerbombed him on the apron. Then he talked about why he came back and attacked Bobby Lashley. because and he attacked the Shield, right? One thing he said in the promo, I believe, was that he attacked the Shield because of Bobby Lashley. It's all Bobby Lashley's fault. And I'm like, that don't make a damn bit of sense. Now, if you would have said that you attacked the Shield because Seth Rollins beat you for the IC title, then that would at least make a bit more sense. That's beside the point. But Kevin Owens is now going after Bobby Lashley, and he's been given permission to do whatever he wants. This is still the Kevin Owens show, and he's going to continue to show why it is the Kevin Owens show. We look at a video about AJ Styles and Samoa Joe feud. Then we get to Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Ascension again. Repeat after last week. I'm not buying into this crap about Bobby Roode and Chad Gable being a tag team, but Chad Gable picks up the victory again. Whoop-de-doo. Then we go to a backstage segment where Dolph Ziggler is upset, and Baron Corbin was like, well, situation's not handled, but here's what's going to happen. Ziggler and McIntyre, you're defending the tag titles against Rollins and Ambrose at Hell in a Cell. And Ziggler's like, you're rewarding them for doing that. And Corbin's like, yeah, that kind of had to do that. And then Braun is like, well, I'm going big dog hunting. Then we get a tag team match of Ronda Rousey and Natalya versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. I think I was doing something at the time, so I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to this match. But Ronda Rousey wins with an armbar, making Mickie James tap out. After the match, Bliss kicks Ronda Rousey in the ribs and then just runs away. Ronda Rousey and Natalya pick up the victory in that tag team matchup. Was that the last? That wasn't the last match. Okay, so we'll get to the next segment in a minute. After that, Elias is in the ring, and Mick Foley turns up during an Elias concert because a lot of things seem to happen during an Elias concert. Mick Foley comes out. Him and Elias have a big back-and-forth confrontation. Mick Foley relives the Hell in a Cell. And it turns out that Mick Foley is going to be the guest referee for Braun and Roman because of randomness. But hey, you know, why not? But then again, I think the last time Mick Foley was a referee inside a Hell in a Cell match, that was Triple H and Kevin Nash, and that Hell in a Cell match was, it was okay, but not the best. But hey, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman inside Hell in a Cell with Mick Foley as your special guest referee for the Universal Championship. We shall see what happens with that. As I'm going to look at the chat real quick just to see who exactly. All right, no one's commenting. That's fine. All right. After that, we get a matchup with Finn Balor and Elias, booked by Mick Foley, given permission by Stephanie McMahon. Not a whole lot happened in this matchup, but Finn Balor picks up the victory via roll-up. And that is that. Match was just kind of put together at the last moment. After that, we get Bobby Lashley working out, and Lio Rush is there to motivate him. Lio Rush is there to motivate him. Why are the 205 Live people, or the people involved with the 205 Live show, getting involved with Raw as managers? And why is Drew Gulak getting involved with the whole thing with the Shield? Are they getting rid of 205 Live? You better not be getting rid of 205 Live. We then move on to the main event segment. Basically, Braun Strowman calls out Roman Reigns, and we get a brawl on our hands, and it ends with Roman Reigns with a Samoa drop off the stage, and the show goes off the air. Roman Reigns stands tall. The Shield gets their official payback on the guys that beat them up last week. And that is going to conclude Raw. Overall, Raw, passable. Not the best. Seen better in recent weeks. But overall, standard go-home show, standard. And one thing I will say that I do like about this is that it's pretty even now. Like, Braun and Ziggler and McIntyre got their beat down on the Shield last week. And then this week, the Shield got their payback. So it's pretty even up, actually, when you think about it. Kind of makes the pay-per-view unpredictable, although I have my predictions. We will get to those later on this week. But overall, show's all right. Standard. Nothing really special except for the Triple H promo and then the Mick Foley thing where he announces himself as guest referee for Hell in a Cell. Other than that, not a whole lot special per se. Nothing that stood out. Nothing that was breathtaking. But you know what? Standard go-home show. I'll take it. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, we are a group of passionate wrestling fans who love the art of professional wrestling, but we are not afraid to shoot straight from the hip. But for now, guys, I must bid you all adieu. We will see you guys tomorrow for the SmackDown discussion. Everyone, you know what I'm about to do. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang!